We have a very sad update to a story we first brought you last November. A former Marine we spoke with about burn pits and the possible impact they have on service members has died. Tonight, we look back at the life of Kate Hendricks Thomas, who lost her battle to cancer this week. And we take a look at the lasting impact she leaves behind. This week, friends and family are remembering Marine Corps veteran Kate Hendricks Thomas. Her family sharing the news of her passing on Instagram, writing, "She accomplished more in this life than many do in a full one." We had the chance to share her story in November of last year.
You know, when I see an overly short haircut and somebody who's a little bit wound up, that feels like home. I love Marines.
She enlisted in the Marine Corps after graduating from college, deploying to Iraq in 2005.
It gave me so much, opportunities to lead, opportunities to travel the world, a sense of purpose.
Kate left the service in 2008. She went back to school, got her PhD in public health, married, and had a son. But then, 10 years later, at the age of 38, she went to her doctor for an annual checkup and received devastating news.
She sat us down and said, "You do have breast cancer. It's stage 4. They said it looked like I had been dipped in something. I had metastases throughout my skeletal system, from my skull to my toes."
Kate then reflected on her time at war.
When I checked in at Fallujah, I originally was housed in this area where everybody was cleaning their air conditioners all of the time. We were cleaning this chunky particulate matter out of the filters. I wasn't concerned about it. Again, I was 25 and invincible.
That particulate matter, she believed, might have been the product of unfiltered trash fires or burn pits used by the military to dispose of waste, chemicals, and plastics, which potentially exposed anyone nearby to clouds of toxic fumes.
So before you deployed, did anyone ever warn you about these burn pits?
I definitely didn't know that I would leave my deployment with exposure risks.
According to the U.S. Census, Kate was one of 3.8 million service members who deployed post 9/11. Advocates say 8 out of 10 of those veterans were exposed to these burn pits, possibly causing serious illnesses. For years, the Veterans Administration hadn't acknowledged that people faced any long-term health risks after being exposed to burn pits, which affected what type of health care or disability they could receive.
I went back and forth with the Veterans Administration for 3 years. They denied my claim. They denied appeals. They said, you know, we're not approving claims for burn pits right now.
But the Biden administration says they're working to change that. The administration establishing a new pilot policy for U.S. veterans who have been exposed to burn pits, especially those with constrictive bronchiolitis, lung, and rare respiratory cancers. According to the White House, the Veterans Administration will now create presumptions of exposure when the evidence of an environmental exposure and the associated health risks are strong in the aggregate, but hard to prove on an individual basis. It's an issue close to President Biden's heart.
It is not because my son died of glioblastoma, disease of the brain, went very, very healthy, but he lived in the plume of those burn pits for a long time.
Currently, veterans have 5 years after they're discharged or released to make claims related to their service in Afghanistan or Iraq, and the Biden administration wants Congress to extend that timeline. Last month, the Senate passed the Dr. Kate Hendricks Thomas Act, which expands eligibility for VA mammography screenings to veterans who served in specific areas and were exposed to toxic substances.
If my story makes a woman want to go get a mammogram, if my story triggers a little bit of conversation or a little bit of thinking about breast cancer in women veterans, then I'll share it all day long. If anything that I have to say helps move the ball forward and takes care of the young women that are signing up to join the Marine Corps after us, if anything I can say can help them, I'm willing to say it.
Kate spoke up, and her story is already making a difference. We wish Kate's family, especially her little boy, all the best.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.